Do you practice meditation but would also like to have conscious astral projections? Are these activities compatible? In which way they can help or would hinder each other? We will talk about this today. Hello, welcome back if you are a subscriber. If you are here for the first time, thank you for watching. We are going to talk today about meditation, mindfulness in this sort of technique, and astral projection, how one can interfere or help support facilitating each other. This is very fit with the purpose of our channel. Here we discuss about how to take control of our personal evolution, not only spiritually, but also here in this lifetime. These techniques, they can be very helpful for us to sense a non-physical reality, a more subtle reality, but at the same time to help us with our well-being and health and our overall condition. So, pretty good fit to our talk here. Let me mention to you quickly that in this channel, as you probably saw, I have videos in different languages. I publish a video in English every week. Just keep an eye for the thumbnails that have the text in purple. Meditation is, of course, fully compatible with the out-of-body experience, but there are some attributes that we end up gaining with the meditation that can be very helpful. Others, nonetheless, can make it more difficult or even hinder the out-of-body experience. Which of those are productive for the out-of-body experience? Number one is a pretty good sense that we would develop of how to focus our attention, not to allow distraction, dispersion, and to be pretty much in the moment and connected with what is the purpose of our activity in that moment. For those that have predisposition for the out-of-body experience and to sense subtle energies, if they practice meditation in a proper, correct way, often they start sensing at some point the energy field around of them, so they will have different sensations. There are moments in which they feel a slight separation of the non-physical body from the physical one, so they start sensing like as if they are very light or levitating, but of course it's a sensation. And sometimes also they have so intense sense of an activation of their energy field that they feel a type of strong vibration, strong buzz in their bodies. We call it the vibrational state. But because the vibrational state is connected to the out-of-body experience, in some way, the meditation can even help to develop familiarity with the sensation or to have a sense of how this disconnection is. On the other hand, however, when we tend to meditate very often, what happens is that we create a habit, but it's a habit in our mind. It's not a physical or psychological process. It's a focus, it's an intention more than anything, in which when we put ourselves in that state in which we are relaxed, the energies are loose, and we are starting to disconnect and becoming with a super quiet place inside of us, which is very appropriate for leaving the body. At that moment, in the meditation, we tend to focus more on ourselves, to be more introspective, to sense us in relation to the environment, to try to recognize our thoughts or to try to empty our minds. In some way, it's a trip inwards. It's an adventure in which we are going to try to know ourselves from that experience. But when we are doing an astral projection, it's totally the opposite, because it's a condition in which the focus of our intention and of our mind is to perform a trip outwards. The whole time, in the whole process, our intent and our strongest motivation is to go out, an adventure in which we enter a world that's not even our physical world, in which we are going to get to know things that are not under our control, that are not necessarily just us with ourselves, as is the case in the meditation. Therefore, we need to have a totally different spirit, a totally different frame of mind in which we allow this process to happen. Now, it's very common, and I have had cases of people that came to me and were discussing about why they would practice techniques, energy techniques and techniques to leave the body, and they would be at the brink of the disconnection. Sometimes they feel they are almost there, all the specific sensations of the separation from the physical body are there. However, they don't go beyond that point. There are many, of course, explanations for this, but in this case that I'm referring about, what happened is that the person was very used to do meditation, like on a regular basis, every day, same hour, in a routine, very seriously. But then, every time the person would try to leave the body, would happen the process of the disconnection, but the mind of the person would go back and stop the person from leaving because the focus was in the physical body. So that is something for us to pay attention if we want to do both meditation and out-of-body experience. Hope that helps to you if by any chance you are having this positive or non-positive reaction of the two activities. Look forward to seeing you in the next video. All the best.